who won many worldwide recognition and countless awards. She saw the vast opportunity in new skin and continued to help others with new skin opportunities. So together with her partner, a handsome and ageLOC young-looking guy, an economics graduate from University of Western Ontario, Canada, he was an investment strategist for 15 years. And prior to this stint, he was the vice president of Hong Kong as well as Canada, headquarters of this multinational securities group. These both outstanding partners have never looked back since their venture in using golden opportunity. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please give your loudest applause to welcome our $10 million fellow who will more about them through this session. Okay, to begin with, I will pose some questions, all right, to Mrs. Waters.
Well, before we start, I want to make one comment. With Lily, we have been a long time good old friends, and one of the virtues of her is she never lies. So what she described us is really true.
Yeah, it's very true. Okay. Let's start, yeah? Okay. Mrs. Waters, you are actually a very successful and renowned lady in Hong Kong. So what do you see in new skin 25 years ago?
First of all, I attended the BOM. I saw the demonstration using a facelift product, and I found that the effect was wonderful. Secondly, because new skin had a 5A1 rating from Dun & Bradstreet. And thirdly, I saw that the income that people earn will be residual. And fourthly, the account can be passed on to generations. Because of this, I think that it is so good, it's an opportunity I should not miss.
Okay, that's good.
In fact, Mrs. Waters has been in beauty business long time, about more than 30 years, and also she was the relations manager in Standard Chartered Bank.
I'm the first female manager in the Standard Chartered Bank in Hong Kong. And because I was in charge of a department that anyone who wanted to do business with our bank, I could check. I could write to any bank in the world, all the banks around the world, whether they are big banks or small banks, had my specimen signature. And I can write to any bank to check up on any of their clients if they want to do business with our clients. Therefore, one of the organizations I had to write to was Dun & Bradstreet. That's why when anyone gives us a report about a company with 5A1, I know it's the top rating. And New Skin had that. Therefore, I'm sure it was a good company. Now you see, those were the advertisements that were published by Standard Chartered Bank in the Chinese and English press. And they put the 12 department heads to say anyone who wants the bank to help, you can contact our people, the most wanted people. And you see that out of the 12 department heads, I'm the only senior.
Mrs. Waters, you are so successful in this industry earlier, but why do you actually take the risk to start doing a direct selling business that you've never done before?
Well, in actual fact, while working in the bank, at the same time, I also established the first beauty and charm school in Hong Kong because I learned all this in the best beauty and charm school in London. And then I started the beauty and charm school as a hobby. And then I saw that after a time, my business was doing very, very well. And I thought in the beauty business, I had already reached the peak. Then I thought that I wanted to give myself a challenge that I wanted to see if I can reach another peak in direct selling. That's why it was a challenge.
So when you joined New Skin 25 years ago, right, I know you did not actually expect the business can grow so big. So what actually motivated you to become so dedicated and committed in the New Skin business?
Well, because it has a transformation opportunity, and also what we find that if anyone wants to succeed, then New Skin is one of the best opportunity. The best thing is you need not put in big investments and all the things that are not so good in the traditional business. New Skin do not have. And that's why. And the more I do it, the more I like it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Roger. So let's move on to Benny. Benny, I actually know you before you joined New Skin, right? You actually work in the finance industry, as I mentioned earlier. So what do you see New Skin is a good investment for people to build their future?
Well, yeah, in fact, regarding the investment, there is a saying by the Warren Buffett. He said, first of all, regarding the investment, never depend on single income. Make investments and to create a second source of income. That's one thing. And then the second one, let's say, why New Skin is a good investment? You would say, I was a stockbroker before I joined the New Skin and did investment and securities business in US bond and stock market, and also Canadian bond and stock market. Take a look at New Skin. And if you want to start a business, traditional business, have high risk, and you have to give us a lot of capital investment and prepare a very large overhead. As you can see, in New Skin business, New Skin has done 99% of the traditional business, the things that traditional business need to do. New Skin has already done for us, including capital investment, branding, research, logistics, operation, salary, public relations, and global business support. 95% New Skin has already done for us. Now what we need to do is just very, very simple on the right hand side. What we need to do is just enjoy the quality products inside and outside anti-aging. Number two is to share this opportunity with the friends that we know. That is sponsoring. And then the number three is build local and global organizations. So as simple as that. So that's why New Skin is a great investment. And also, I was a fund manager in the past before I joined the New Skin, correct? Yeah. So, but in the traditional business, I did, when I work, I have income. When I stopped working, I did not have income. So that's what a fund manager was. When in New Skin, I transformed myself from a fund manager to fund manager, FUN. That's a lot of fun. In New Skin, that's a lot of fun. But only fun is no good. But if we transform our fund back to the fund, that is, we can enjoy good fortune and good income. That's good, right? So we move back from fund to fund. What's the difference between them? Two of them. It's letter D. What is D? D is duplication. That is, we don't do selling. We don't do just selling. Transaction, retail transaction, we must have, but the key is we build an asset, we build a network for the rest of our life to enjoy residual income. So, duplication. That's the key.
Okay, but actually a lot of people think that New Skin give an impression that it's actually a female business. Is it true? So why as a male, right, you saw this business and took up this opportunity?
Well, when I came across New Skin business, that was introduced by Mrs. Waters, my business partner and my mentor, 23 years ago. When I looked at the business, we don't ask ourselves whether this business is suitable to us. We should ask whether this business or products is suitable to the market. Yes. To the market. So anti-aging, skincare, healthcare, everybody loves it, right? And also take a look at the East Saint Laurent. Versace, this fashion business, who is the founder? It's a male. So it's nothing to do whether male should do or female to do. Male and female can both do new skin. And also going back to the investment, Warren Buffett. Well, last year there's a news report that Warren Buffett started accumulating and buying stocks of Apple as a value stock. What's a value stock? In securities business, there's a growth stock and value stock. Warren Buffett is a fan of value stock because Apple has been growing rapidly during the past 10 years, but now it's going to be a value stock rather than keep growing because of iPhone. We have iPhone 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? But new skin is the Apple in the anti-aging industry. And it's not, new skin has not stopped growing yet. Has not stopped growing and still keep growing. So we still have a lot of opportunity for our future. That's true.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, especially the gentlemen out here, new skin is for male as well, okay? It's for everyone. Well, so when you actually started the new skin business, what have you done to actually build one of the biggest group in the new skin world?
Well, I leave Mrs. Waters to answer this.
Well, first of all, when I started the business, I did not just look at the money. We always tell people that we do the business with our hearts. That's why you see that our picture there with our top executives, we make it into a heart shape to tell people that we do it with our heart. And also, not afraid to talk to everyone that we know. Now, I know a lot of people, after they join, they are afraid to tell people that they are doing direct selling. But I'm not ashamed of myself doing direct selling.
Yes.
I think that it's a noble business. So I'm not afraid to tell everyone, do it with a heart, and also I care about every person who's in our group. I don't care whether they are below my 10 level. Anyone, as long as they belong to our group, I'm sure the other parties are the same, the other distributors. And don't just take care of those that you can get commission from, and we care about everyone, give them good training, and we follow closely whatever the corporate think out of any strategies. We always follow closely. And don't say that, oh, this is quite difficult to do, or that one is not easy. Well, don't think that. If companies think of something, they are sure to help us, and it's good for us. Therefore, even though it might be difficult to start with, but if we follow closely, we will succeed.
Thank you, Mrs. Francis. So I believe I myself can actually testify that we new skin distributor would like to treat this as a profession. We want to do this business professionally, right? So Mrs. Water, as far as I know, right, actually during the past 25 years, you have actually never given up, although you have gone through numerous challenges. So what do you have? Why do you actually have such a strong faith?
As a matter of fact, everyone's life must have also come across with challenges, right? I don't think any one of us who have been living up to our age today, that we have never had any challenge. Therefore, some challenges through our business is really nothing. The more challenges I get, the more experience I get. And if I can solve the problem, well, I will become wiser, and I can do the business better. And at the same time, I treat every challenge as an experience, and therefore I take it lightly, and I can always solve them. And that's why I'm such. And new skin is, you see the pictures in the beginning. Actually, when I first started, I only had 35 people to work with me, and then we've got now.
I was the only man.
Yeah. I had difficulty getting them to be interested.
Not anymore, right?
No anymore.
They will say, this is a woman business, I'm not interested. If my wife can do it, I let her do it. So finally I found him, and he was my first male downline. And therefore, I asked him to be my partner. Actually, one of my first level came to me and said, Mrs. Waters, you want a partner, why didn't you ask me? I joined you first. I said, because you're not a man.
Mrs. Waters want to project a male image that new skin can be done by men.
You see, only when he become my partner that I can take him everywhere to show people that this can be done by male and female, young and old.
And because of the strong faith that Mrs. Waters shown to our downline, so she inspires two of our great leaders because she started with 12 front lines, which you can see in the picture. There are two of them. One is Jacqueline Chung and another is Teresa Chung.
Yes. And they are our first level, and Jacqueline Chung is our $10 million circle member, and Teresa Chung is $5 million circle member.
And your right hand side, your left hand side, we took this picture with Jacqueline with the red jacket, and then Teresa Chung with the blue and white, right? So after 23 years, we got one G1 level, $10 million circle member, and then another one G1 is $5 million circle member because of the inspiration that Mrs. Waters has given me.
So, Benny, we know that New Skin actually has been established for more than 30 years. So, what do you actually see the change, growth, and the transformation of the company?
Well, I have witnessed the change and transformation of New Skin in the past 30 years. New Skin has gone through 3 stages. First of all is what we call 1.0. It's a traditional skincare and healthcare product started from 1984 to 2008. So during these 25 years, New Skin has gone through the steady growth. It makes money every year. It's a steady earnings. So it's pretty good. But in 2.0, New Skin has done a very, very big breakthrough because New Skin has a big vision, not only on skincare and healthcare, but in the anti-aging industry. So they decided to have a breakthrough, and at the same time, in 2008, New Skin has acquired LifeGen technology. Just now, you have already listened to it. And with ageLOC technology, and also with Southeast Asia market and Greater China market, New Skin headquarters has identified these 2 markets are going to be the biggest one in the world. So we are very lucky to be in there. And after from 2008 to 2013, New Skin has done the 2.0 stage and have explosive growth. And now we are in the 3.0. 3.0 is New Skin has a global goal, global target. From right now is about 2.6 billion. In 5 years, in 5 to 10 years time, New Skin will grow to be one of the Fortune 500 company. That is the global annual volume is going to be 25 billion from 3 billion right now. So 8 times growth. So you want to be one of them to grow with the company. That's the option. That's the choice. And we still have we still have a lot of growth in our future, just like Apple computer in technology industry.
Right. So nowadays, right, people's daily lives are so much related to mobile, right? Can you live without your mobile phones?
No.
So this actually affect people's business and career in different industries. So some people see this trend as a challenge, but some see it as an opportunity. So will this mobile internet become a challenge or opportunity to use the business? What is your view on that?
Now, I would say go digital can be very good to us or can be a challenge to us. Well, take me as an example. I was a stockbroker before. So if I'm still a stockbroker right now, what happened? Our value is going to decline. And because technology can replace us. So nowadays people find, 25 years ago when people buy stocks and bonds, where do they go? They go to the stockbroker to get advice, to get the research material. So they are willing to pay for the high commission because we make money for them. But right now, they can go online. They can go to Google, and they can go to the online and got lots of information. They may know more than us. So we face a challenge. But what about new skin? Go digital. It's very good to us. First of all, before I talk about new skin, what is the trend? What's the global trend? What about the world is changing all the time. It's changing day after day. First of all, when we have Uber, the world's largest taxi company owns no vehicle. They don't own any single vehicle, but they just matching. They do the matching, match the consumer, the people who want to take taxi, and the taxi, there's a supply the taxi, right, the service. Number 2, Facebook, the world's most popular media owner, but they create no content because everybody writes their own content. So matching. Alibaba, the most valuable retailers, no inventory. They just do the middleman. And then Airbnb. So there are no worries about the hotel booking, right? Nowadays, Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, but owns no real estate. So what about new skin? With new skin in the 1.0 stage, there's Miss Waters and my stage. We need to do the face-to-face presentation, briefing, and meetings. But right now, we can do Skype conference. We can do WeChat conference, 1 BOM on air. So we can talk to 300, 500 to 1,000 people. So you leverage. So news, social media. One single message, we can use social media to tell lots of people with a limited amount. So it's not a challenge because it works for us. It's not work against us, it's work for us, right?
There's a lot of good opportunity out there. So Mrs. Water, you actually took this business 25 years ago, right? And you actually treat it as a challenge. So today, after 25 years, why are you still so passionate about this business? You can actually see from her face, right? She has so much passion in her.
Well, I find that apart from the finance part, which I have to gain, I found that the people in New Skin are really wonderful. First of all, whether they are corporate or our downline, they really treat everybody with their heart. In fact, every year I would go for medical checkup, complete medical checkup. All my organs are normal, except I have some loose bodies normally in my legs, in my knees. I had 3 operations here, and 1 operation here, and 1 operation here, also to take away the loose bones, loose bodies from my various parts of the body. And then every time when I went to the hospital, then when people know about it, New Skin Corporate will send their top executives. You see, one of the operations I had, 8 top executives from New Skin, from corporate, went to the hospital to visit me. And then also last year when I had an operation, you see this picture with our downline.
It's Southeast Asia Convention.
Southeast Asia Convention, and Melissa and those people took this picture with we miss you and get well soon. When I saw this picture, I cried because it was so touchy.
Mrs. Waters could not attend because of the operation.
Because I was in hospital. Because I was having recuperation. And I thought that doing New Skin, not only we give our heart to our downlines, but corporation and our downlines also do the same for us. Therefore, within New Skin, I get love and care, and people, everyone love us. Now, for example, when I was sitting here, I don't want to stand up for too long, because if I stand up for too long, my knees will ache a little bit. But then the warmth that you have extended to me really makes me feel that every time when I come to Southeast Asia to do training for our downlines, we want to see all of it, not just our group. And apart from this, then people who have been using our products and find we got improvements, they are so grateful to us. and we feel that we have not been able to get ourselves, the benefits we wanted, but also we are able to share with people the goodness that we have got from new skin by changing their life, their appearance, their health, and everything.
This picture was taken last year with New Skin corporate official and also our group leaders, like JC is one of them, she was there, and she's here now. Okay, the next.
Now also, Andrew Fan really made me, I don't normally cry, but whenever I see New Skin people treat me well, I cry. Now, the year before last, I was going to do an operation because I had several operations before. I fear that I might not wake up again. I might become a vegetable when I after the operation, or I might not be able to walk. Therefore, I was so worried. So I told Andrew Fan, the president of Greater China, I wanted to see him because I wanted to tell him if anything should happen to me, what to do with my account in New Skin. And I just asked him to have a meeting with me, and he brought all his top executives from corporate to come and see me with Angela Lau, and various people. And then he gave me a gift. He said, "Now, this is for your 80th birthday. Don't open it until your birthday." That is when I was 17, in 2015. That happened in 2015. In 2016, I would be 80 years old. So he said, "Now don't open your gift now. Open it next year on your birthday." More or less to say that I will not die.
Yes.
And also, Angela gave me a card, a Get Well card. In that Get Well card, they show me in my Chung because, and also the 5 top corporate people there, and inside all their staff, Hong Kong staff, and also some East Asia top executives, put their signature on. And then really touching. Now also here, when I enter the hospital another time, Lily and Spencer Choi, and came with their downlines, gave me a book. Inside were full of pictures of their individual downlines with some Get Well words. And also when they celebrated their $10 million circle member function, Benny and I went to attend this, and one of their downlines made a doll with the same dress that I was wearing, and glasses, everything complete, the same colors and everything.
3 dimensions, 3D.
Now, don't you find it very touching?
Yes.
It's the warmth, the love, the care, and the thoughtfulness that I get that really, keeps me in New Skin. That's why a lot of people say, "You're already over 80. Don't you think you should retire?" I said, "I will never retire because I want to do it until my last breath." Because as I just now mentioned, the longer I do it, the more I love the business. Because in this business, you are not just making money. Money only the byproduct. But what you get is really the love and care that you get is I'm sure everyone will find it very, very memorable.
That's intangible. This picture was taken before Mrs. Waters' arm surgery in 2015 summer. So we gave Mrs. Waters a card, a greeting card, so wish her a speedy recovery. So it's also very touched to her heart.
Now here in Southeast Asia, we also saw so many people, and really the way they treated us is really amazing and really touching. And that's why this is not in Malaysia. Now, for example, this time when we came, Melissa wrote us a very nice email sent to Hong Kong and said that she's sorry not to be here to welcome us. You know, she's such a high position person, and yeah, she's the president of Southeast Asia. Who am I? I'm only one of the distributors, and yet, you know, the way she treated us is really very, very touching. Therefore, now you can you hear me? Because she kept saying that. I hope don't hold this close to me. Now, I tell you, my dream is to have a big group of Malaysians in Malaysia, and a big group of Indonesians in Indonesia, because Chinese, we've got quite a lot already. Malaysian Chinese are also very valuable.
Well, there's a lot of opportunity as well.
You have great potential. Okay.
Well, so next, can both of you share with us the success factors in this business?
Well, I think the successful, there are several things I think is very, very important for any one of you who newly join. First of all, you must take quick action. If you want to do the business and make it successfully, you must take quick action. Every time a company comes up with something, a new project or anything, go for it and do it quickly. Don't wait and observe. And the same thing as buying tickets. If they have tickets for various events, well, go and buy them immediately. Don't get, I have to ask around to see if any of my downlines will come, because by that time all the tickets might be sold. So otherwise you'll be losing out. And secondly, do it seriously. Even though you might be doing it on a part-time basis, but don't do it on a spare time basis. Set your target, set your time, and do it seriously. And persistently, and also consistently. These are the successful elements. Now, if people should discourage you and say, hey, this business is not worth doing, it's difficult. Well, if other people, they might say that, I've seen many friends doing it, but they don't succeed. Well, if you go and want to get married, you ask a couple who have been divorced. You say, to get married, they say no. Right? Because they failed. Therefore, don't ask around. If you decide that you want to do the business, set your target, work at it, and you will succeed.
So while you're doing